Hello, dear students. Welcome to today's session. In this session, we will be starting with a new chapter named as polynomial. So, what does this polynomial name suggest is? It's basically an algebraic expression which will be relating variables, coefficients, and the constants. And this polynomial, the highest power of this polynomial is called as the degree of that polynomial. Let's come across with the classification of polynomials. Polynomials can be widely classified on two categories. One is the number of terms and one more is the power. Based on the number of terms, if there is one term, then it's a monomial, two term binomial, three term trinomial. Okay, based on the power, if it is raised to the power 1, then it is called as a linear polynomial. Raised to the power 2, it's called as a quadratic polynomial. Raised to the power 3, it's called as a cubic polynomial. Okay, so where we consider these powers to be always a whole number. Okay, the powers are always a whole number. Keeping this idea, we will be coming across the first part of the chapter. The chapter is divided into two parts. One is the number of points coinciding the x-axis, that is called as the zeros of the polynomial, and then how you find the zeros using the formula method. So there is only small things in this chapter. So henceforth we will be going with example 1. Sorry. Okay, so before going to example 1, we have one more small concept. What is the zero of a polynomial? So for some value of k, let us say k is called the zero of that polynomial. For some value k, when you equate the polynomial by substituting the value of k in place of the variable, that gives the result as 0. Then it is called zero of a polynomial. Okay, now let's get started with example 1. Example 1 is very simple. Look at the graphs given below and find the number of zeros of the polynomial. So how will you find it? I'll teach you the method. See, the graph is intersecting at one point towards the x-axis. So there is 1 0. It is intersecting at 2 points. So there are 2 zeros. It is intersecting at 1, 2 and 3 points. So there are 3 zeros. Here it intersects at 1 point. So 1 0. 1 point, 1 0. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 zeros. Clear? The number of zeros they have asked us to find. So we basically found out by this method. Is it clear? Everyone are done? Understood? Okay. So keeping this knowledge, we will go with exercise 2.1. Exercise 2.1 has only one question. Okay. Again, it's the same pattern. Okay, well, you see with this first question, there is no point intersecting with the x-axis. So number of zeros of polynomial is 0. There is one point intersecting here. So number of zeros is 1. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 zeros. Here 1 and 2. 2 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. 1, 2 L3 3 zeros. So finding the number of zeros of a polynomial using the graph is very important. And what are those zeros? We will be studying this more and more in detail while we go ahead further to case study part of this chapter. Majority case study questions. One question will be to find out the number of zero. MCQ might be asked how many zeros are there. They might give this question and they might ask us how many zeros are there, and one of the option will be 2. Okay, like those kinds of questions can be asked. Okay, so this is all about exercise 2.1. In our next session we will be taking about exercise 2.2 and some concept related to it. So if you have any doubts, you can contact on this number. Thank you. Have a nice day.